Welcome back to the Big Small Business Show. In studio with us today, we've got Mathebe Molise. She's the founder of Beauty on Tap, and we've been hearing the incredible story of an accountant becoming an entrepreneur. We're talking about now, the online, how to build the online, and maybe I want to talk about. You've seen I focus quite hard on the brand. We didn't get enough time to talk about the value proposition. But to me, that's where the clue is. If there's this classic saying that if Apple had to go and produce an airline, you could sort of guess what that airline would look like, what the tonality of the airline. If Microsoft built an airline, or started an airline, you could get it would be different. It would operate slightly differently. It wouldn't be like an Apple. So what is that? What is that? How would you know? Take an obscure thing like Apple moving into the airline industry, and immediately you sort of get what the experience is going to be like, and like what type of product they're going to put out there. It's going to be quite simple. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be aspirational. You get all that, and so like I flew Apple, is going to be the thing to do. Are you still only flying so and so? So that's really, if I use that as the metaphor of how to think about Beauty on Tap. The question around online is what is that? Is it honestly that defined, that value proposition is that defined? And then we've got another problem where you've got these two brands that are competing for your, not just the attention of the market, but for your attention. And there's this vacillation between what I build. Do I build the top brand, or do I build the product brand out there? And now it's 50% of the market, and now people are asking for it. You're in a strategic dilemma now. To me, the first place is to think about is which brand you're going to build out. Okay. Which brand is it? If you think about Coca-Cola as a company, Coca-Cola starts with Coca-Cola, but it's also got Fanta, and it's got Sprite, and it's got the water range, etc. And each one has built out a brand in of its own. And there's the Coca-Cola company. They obviously took the product brand strategy, and it's a product of the Coca-Cola company. The same with with Pepsi when it went into the food. It's a PepsiCo company. So they went to build out the actual product as the brand. To me, that's your decision. Right now, just given the information, and I need to, terms and conditions apply, but given the information I have, I would look at the product brand. I would focus there versus the Beauty on Tap. But if you do that, then what's the app going to do? Okay. But if it's only exclusive, that you can only get that product on your app, on the Beauty on Tap app in that space, well, you sort of circumvent that problem, because now if I want that brand, there's only one place to get it at, or either retail or I can get it online. There's only one place to go. So by building the brand, you're creating some demand into the app by building the brand. If you're building everyone else's brand and saying collating other South African brands into one place, well, now that's a different story. So you're in a pure strategic problem right now. It's a strategy problem that you have right now. I don't think you've got a commercial problem. You've got a strategy problem. Which way to go? The other question now is, if you build out the stores, then does the store name change to the product name? Okay, like which way do you go? I feel like I'm confusing you more than so. My strong suggestion right now, just given what I've heard, 50% of your revenue increasing is to your own brand. That's your clue. The brand has got attractive. The hey girl, I need some advice. That is, it must be predominantly around your own product. So that's where I think you should move. So that's now about building out brand. So you're going to have limited rand. So where do you put your money? I'd put it there. The second thing now is that if you're going to do that, you're going to need to build your value proposition around that brand. Because the value proposition around the online would be faster, quicker, cheaper, more available, more slick, better looking, site, app, a website, or whatever the case may be, or a better app. So that will be your value proposition. But if the proposition is, I can only get this Louis Vuitton bag from here, because I can buy it on, then I'm wanting a Louis Vuitton bag. I don't care about where I buy it. So but I know with Louis Vuitton, if that's where it is, I can only go and buy it at the Louis Vuitton shop, or perhaps online or in the secondhand market. Okay. So it feels like you're going that route. From what you've told me, that the product is going that route. I'd follow your product. And my guess is you're in love with the product as well. You personally have got an attachment to that product. Your problem now is that your competition is catching you up and starting to steal your value proposition. So you need to change because your value proposition is, are we more for the local market, etc. I've heard that. If I've heard it once, I've heard it 100 times on the show with people who bring in beauty products onto there, because they talk about international markets don't understand the black skin, and they don't understand the African conditions and our weather. Everyone says that. My sense is that you've got to build something else in there. And that something else has to be that it doesn't matter whether you've got competition or not. That other thing is what people identify with you. And I think that friend thing that you're talking about, that kind of positioning, I think it's somewhere there. My instinct, if I had to work with you, would be that's where I'd press out. It would be that's that kind of. It's not the school mom. So the way you remember, I said that you're giving me the personality, I'm giving you education. And if you that, but you changed my mind in that you say, no, we actually say, hey, if you did this and this, you're quite cool. This is what you do, and we'll sort you out, no problem. It's got that kind of personality. So you've got to build your personality. You've got to build the brand, and I would choose the product brand if I were you, given my information, terms and conditions apply, and I would build out that value proposition on the Hegel value proposition, as you've termed it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'd go.
Thank you.
Right. I hope you enjoyed that insert. I certainly did. I love to hear these stories, and I love to hear. We spoke about authentic beauty care, but I think this is an authentic South African story, and something I think we're going to watch get bigger and bigger. We'll see you straight after the break.